Welcome back. Since it is Black Friday weekend, my father has gone to the free clinic of Paylor to try to snag some of those great doorbuster deals. Turns out the door was the thing busted, so he still only got the lesser restoration, but the good news is he did get a job out of it, which is good news for all of us. Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Same Crit Different Day. It is your boy Kev, the 3DM. Check out this new hat I got. So cool. Such an awesome hat. I am the 3DM, your dirty dog dungeon master, and today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite house rules to add into your game of Dungeons and Dragons. Starting off with house rule 1, exploding dice. Whoosh, wow, explosion! What is exploding dice? When characters get a critical roll, they want that critical to feel like a critical, like it actually matters, like some big damage, but we don't want something that is super game breaking. So one thing that we do is we play with exploding dice. What that means is whenever you get a critical roll, you roll the damage. So say your damage is 2d6 plus 3. You roll the 2d6 and say you got a 6 and a 4. So that would be 10 plus 3 is 13. That's a lot of damage and that's still great. But with exploding dice, you get cheers around the table. People get excited. Players love it. And you see that you got the 6, the maximum number on that dice roll. So you get to re-roll that 6 and keep adding to it. So if you had 13 from the 6 plus 4 plus 3, you get to roll the 6 now. And if you got a 4, you would add 4 to the total, making it 17. But if you got a 6 again, then you would add 6 to it and then keep rolling. So we keep exploding. Explode the dice. It's a lot of fun. Players love it. And as the DM, if it's like a lot of damage, you could always, you're behind the screen. The players don't know what you're doing. You could still just, add some more HP to the monsters, or maybe not mark the full damage down. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying the players love rolling more dice. It's always more fun, and it's exciting. So just make it fun for them. Whatever you do to make the table more fun for all the players, you should do it, as long as everyone's having a great time. Which brings us to house rule number 2, dose. Hidden rolls. I'm talking about hidden dice rolls. It's me, dice rolls. It's me, dice rolls. What's wrong? Can't find me? It's because it's me. Dice rolls. Anybody want to play dice game? So what I mean by hidden dice rolls, sometimes the players are going to make a check for either like a perception or an insight or a stealth check. And your character doesn't know you rolled shitty on like an insight check. The player might know, like, oh man, I rolled a 2. But your character doesn't know that. So what I like to do behind the screen is I like to have 2 dice trays right here. Wait a minute, that's only 1 dice tray. No, dose trays. 2 dice trays. Alrighty, so what I like to do, I keep 1 dice tray that is for me, for my rolls as the DM, and then the other one I have for the players. So it's all still behind the screen, they don't see it. But if I have a player making a stealth check for their character, I'll have them pick a d20 of their own, and I will roll it in the player dice tray I have behind the screen, and I will leave it there until the event is over. So that way they see that I roll it behind the screen, I don't touch it, it's left alone, and they have to act out whatever they were gonna do, like in character, without knowing their role. And this is a fun way to prevent metagaming, and it just keeps things like fresh and fun. So if you're trying to like see if you are believing a character or you want to know what is going on in their head, you make an insight check. If you roll in front of you and you see that you got a 2, even if your character believes them, you as the player are not going to. And the player shouldn't not trust a character because they rolled a 2 on an insight. They should not trust them because they're being manipulated emotionally, just like in real life. So this is just a small little fun thing I do behind the screen using the player's own dice. They pick the dice and I roll it back here, and we always have fun with it. So try it out, see if you like it, and if not, then blame me and yell at me and call me a little dum-dum. Rule number 3, flank it. You don't know rule 3? I can't say rule 3 without thinking about Joe Dirt.
Hey, what's rule 3?
What's that? You can't give me a break now.
So you don't know rule 3? Yeah, you want a match? My face and your ass. How about that, friend? Huh? I mean, your ass and my face. What's up?
Rule 3, flanking. So a lot of tables use flanking. A lot of games do. I always do as well, but I like to start off the first couple sessions without flanking because I have a lot of new players usually. So we'll get a couple games in without flanking rules, and then I'll ask them, and I'll show them how it works. And we do it a little differently. We kind of do more of a Pathfinder approach. So some people play that with flanking, you have advantage, which means you roll 2d20, two 20-sided dice, and you would take the higher of the roll whenever you're doing attacks and such. So some people really like using the advantage rules. I use +2. So if you are flanking, you get a +2 to your attack. The reason I do this is because there are some abilities and some spells that will grant you advantage already. And I feel like with flanking, if you give them the characters advantage, then it'll kind of minimalize or cancel out some of the other abilities. So that's why I like +2. And plus, say you have a spell or ability cast on you to where you have advantage on this next attack, you could stack those. So if you're flanking, you could get the advantage and +2. So that's my flanking rules. Like I said, some people like doing it with advantage, some do it with +2. Find out whatever works for your table. And I have read online, some people don't like to do like the full advantage because then it kind of minimalizes like some ranged attacks, because they're like, whoa, the ranged attacks don't get bonuses from the advantage. But then again, the ranged attackers aren't getting hit as much as the up close people, as the melee fighters. So I don't know, we stick with +2. I like that. But do whatever works for your table. Hey, but don't take my word for it. Rule 4. This is a work in progress that I'm trying to adapt to my game. We came from Pathfinder. Well, we started off playing a lot of D&D, then we played Pathfinder for a while, and now we're back to 5e with the 2024 rules, and my players really like it so far. One thing they miss is the Pathfinder 2e exploration rules. And I'm going to put a picture right here. Oh, is it working? Whoa! We're going to put a picture right there of the Pathfinder exploration activities you can choose. I think it's a lot of fun, and it helps some characters decide what they're doing. Like if you're going through a dungeon, you can have these exploration rules where one character can say, all right, I'm scouting. And that means you would get +1 to initiative if anything happens. One person could be like, all right, I'm going to take defense. So that means if a battle starts, you can start with, if you have a shield, you can start with your shield equipped. There's some other ones as well, like stealth. So if a battle starts, you could roll stealth for your initiative, or you could begin the combat stealth, looking for traps, things like that. So this is adapted from Pathfinder 2e. And it's a work in progress for me, but I definitely want to work on adapting it into my game. So I don't want to go over it too much because there is like a lot of different options and things to it. So if you are interested in it, look up the Pathfinder 2e exploration activities. And yeah, if you have adapted those into your 5e D&D game, let me know how it's working and the way that you've done it, because we definitely want to add that into ours. House rule number 5, hero points. My table loves hero points. It's a fun way as a DM that you can reward your players. I like to reward my players for doing things that are in character, role-playing, out-of-the-box thoughts or out-of-the-box actions, cool ideas, maybe emotional scenes, anything you want that is just like very cool, very fun, or touching, or very in character, you can award your player with a hero point. And if you have a cool friend like I do who 3D prints stuff, look at that. You probably can't see it very well. Hero point. So my players love getting a hero point. They love receiving them because it is a re-roll of a d20. So you can cash in this hero points and you can use it to re-roll any d20 roll, whether it's a death saving throw, an attack roll, any saving throw, anything you want. Any d20 roll, you can cash in a hero point to re-roll it. It's nice to have one of these just in case. You never know when you might need it. Whether you need to convince the shopkeeper to give you a better deal on a magic item, or maybe you're fighting this vampire overlord and he's got one last hit left and you keep missing. Not anymore, baby. Hero points. Or maybe you pull up the CRG coin, which you probably don't know what that is unless you listen to our actual play podcast, but it is the cult of the Rim Greeper, and I'll leave it at that. And then also, because Spence rolls, we have Synep coins, which is just a little peepee drawn on there. there. And this is the most powerful coin of them all. It literally does anything, but you're not ready to learn about that yet. And alrighty, for our final rule today, our final house rule, this is something that I've taken from the Glass Cannon podcast. I really like how they do this. This is for rolling for your health points, your HP, whenever you level up. So we've all been there where you have a fighter and you level up and you get a 2 for HP, and that's no fun. You can always take the median number, but people like to roll. Rolling dice is more fun, but rolling shitty sucks. So, the way we do it, which is how Glass Cannon does, our old pal Troy LaValle, the way they do it is you have the player roll their HP die, and you have the DM roll the HP die as well. So we'll stick with fighter. Say they're rolling a D10 to level up. The player rolls a D10, and behind the screen, me, the DM, I would roll a D10 as well, and then you take the higher. So that way it just gives you both chances to get a higher level HP. Like we said, because it sucks if you get a 1 and you're leveling up and you're the frontline fighter and you got the bard in the back playing sweet tunes, but he's got more HP than you. Get the hell up here, bard. I'm getting my ass whipped. I can't. It's just, you know, it's just a fun little rule. And plus it helps it kind of makes the DM feel like part of the party sometimes as well. So yeah, the player rolls, the DM rolls, then you just take the higher. It's an extra chance to get better HP, and you know, it feels good to not get a shitty number. So alrighty, that is our episode on house rules. So thank you so much for joining us. We would love to hear what house rules you implement in your game. And if you use any of the ones we mentioned, let us know. Let us know how you use them, if you have any tweaks for them as well. And yeah, keep the comments coming in. We love them. And if you really enjoy the show, please like and subscribe and thumbs up and all that cool stuff. And keep on rolling them natural 20s with us, baby. So thank you so much again. I'm out of here now. I got to go pick up my dad from the Free Clinic of Paylor. Apparently, after fixing the door that was busted, he ran back through it and broke it again because he overheard someone outside yelling, "Hey, free Hot Pockets." All right. Which, if that is true, I don't blame him. Love Hot Pockets.